you know, I think among the American people that they understand that Obamacare isn't working, that the wheels are falling off. We just learned this week that more and more companies are now dropping spousal coverage. So UPS sent a letter to 18,000 employees informing them that their husbands and wives would no longer be covered by their health insurance. And of course, we all know President Obama promised the American people, if you like your health insurance, you can keep it, and yet every day that's proving less and less true. And I think the American people are ready to stop this, to stop the biggest job killer we've got in our economy.
As I understand it, and correct me if I'm wrong, that the way that you seek to do that is by, we're coming up against the end of the continuing resolution on the end of September, and we have to figure out what to do, whether to have another continuing resolution or a budget. Well, budget's not going to happen, so we're talking about continuing resolution, and your idea is to oppose in the House and the Senate, but you have the minority, of course, in the Senate, anything in a continuing resolution that funds Obamacare. Is that correct?
Well, what I think should happen is I think the House should pass a continuing resolution that funds the entirety of the federal government, every bit of it, except for Obamacare, and that explicitly prohibits spending any money, mandatory or discretionary, on Obamacare. Now, the next step, we know what will happen. We've seen this movie before. President Obama and Harry Reid will scream and yell, "Why are the mean, nasty Republicans threatening to shut down the government?" And at that point, Greta, we've got to do something that conservatives haven't done in a long time. We've got to stand up and win the argument. We've got to stand up and say, no, we have voted to fund the government. We want to fund the government. We don't want to shut down the government. Why is President Obama threatening to shut down the government? President Obama has already granted waivers to giant corporations. Why is President Obama threatening to shut down the government in order to deny those same waivers to hardworking American families? I think that's an argument we can win if only Republicans can find the courage to stand up, to stand together and make